The unprecedented circumstances brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic paved the way for innovative ideas to prosper despite its ongoing impact to our respective localities. While we miss meeting our new students in person, today we give you a virtual orientation experience to help you feel prepared and comfortable about taking your first steps with us. So to formally open this virtual student orientation, let us now hear a message from the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Julius B. Elopre.
Students, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good day to you all. In behalf of Andres Bonifacio College, I welcome you all to this orientation. It really gives me the greatest pleasure to welcome our freshmen and transferees to the AB College community. Andres Bonifacio College, known for its resilience on its 80 years of existence, takes on the challenges brought by this current COVID-19 crisis. The institution believes that it is very important that learning must go on without forgetting that the first priority must be the protection of health for everyone. AB College postponed its tuition fee increase for tertiary level for school year 2020-2021 in consideration of parents and students facing financial challenges and in support to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of Leave No Student Behind. This is being true to its mission of providing affordable quality education to the learners in Zamboanga Peninsula region and the neighboring regions in general. ABC anchors on the values integrity, industry, and intelligence. These values had been at the core of ABC since its founding in 1940. The coat of arms of the institution in its performance towards its vision, mission, and goals. Throughout its 80 years of service to the community, the ABC has produced not only quality graduates fully equipped to meet employment and development opportunities, but also top-notchers in various courses. ABC endlessly develops the potentials of the students. Hence, the students are expected to act as mature individuals at all times, whether on or off campus, and to show respect for proper authority, the rights of fellow students, and the good name of the institution. During these challenging times due to this pandemic, I encourage you to open your mind, learn to manage your resources and studies, set goals for your college life, and work hard to achieve them. Make sure you attend every online lecture, do your assignments, and read the materials advice of your instructors. Develop a study plan, use the online resources, click the e-library link for open access books and open educational resources. We are here to work and help with you, hand in hand, to maximize your potentials. Thank you for choosing to be part of Andres Bonifacio College community. Mabuhay!
Welcome to the Andres Bonifacio College Virtual General Student Orientation for academic year 2020-2021. For the next 30 minutes, we are going to provide you with an overview of your academic experience and some key tips and tools on how to lead with a strong start for your first semester at Andres Bonifacio College. We will be covering essential information, so we are encouraging you to take note of your questions that we will be tackling during the open forum portion of this event. We hope that this will guide you as you commence your journey towards the new normal. The following is an overview of our agenda for today. First, presentation of essential student services. Second, academic calendar. Third, netiquettes, covering the proper decorum during online classes. And fourth, highlights of the learning continuity plan under the new normal. Before we begin, allow us to introduce to you the panel members. Andres Bonifacio College is composed of 6 departments in the tertiary education. To name, we have the College of Arts and Sciences headed by Dean Demetrio D. Martes, the School of Business Management Education with its Dean Mr. Alejo F. Abule, the Dean for the School of Education, Dr. Shirley G. Villeno, Dr. Lea Sina Parata, Dean of the School of Criminology, Engineer J. Ryan D. Bicoy, Dean of the School of Engineering, and Ms. Presinelia C. Hilaga, Dean of the School of Nursing. Let us also welcome Attorney Maria Cheryl Angela P. Barbaso, Dean, School of Law. Let me also present to you our panel members from the administration, the head of the Department of Admissions, Student Affairs, and Services, concurrently the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Julius B. Alopre, Dr. Bernadette O. Tan, Director, Office of Instruction, Ms. Leila A. Amatoang, the Human Resource Management Director, Engineer Dean C. Amatong, General Services Director, the Registrar Ms. Rosalima E. Abad, Ms. Helen C. Amatong, the College Controller, and Ms. Antoinette Marie Amatong Ruiz, Director for Alumni and Public Affairs. Envisioning your first day in school may bring anxiety because of all the unknown questions. Will I make any friends? How will I find all of my classes? Whom do I ask if I have a question? This general orientation will guide you and help you develop a view of what Andres Bonifacio College has to offer. With this in mind, the following video presentations will orient you about the different student services that is available for the whole of Andres Bonifacio College learning community.
The Controller's Office is responsible for all of Andres Bonifacio College general accounting records and procedures. The office is also responsible for the following: the payment of all the school's legally incurred obligations for materials, services, and payrolls, the management and administrative support for business services, and the fiscal administration, accounting, and reporting of student loan funds.
The Office of the Registrar is responsible for the collection, administration, maintenance, processing, and distribution of information. As official custodian of all student academic records, the Registrar determines the access and distribution of those records based on school policy.
Connect with your librarians. Like us on Facebook at Andres Bonifacio College Library. DM or email us so we can further assist you. Here in ABC, we are new normal ready.
Guidance and Testing Center aims to develop holistic, empowered, and emotionally healthy students who can give meaning and direction to their own lives and become productive members of society while facing the challenges of the times. The office guides students by heightening awareness of themselves and others, developing their self-confidence so they can take on responsibilities for their personal growth, promoting social involvement, peace, justice, and concern for the environment, integrating these values in their lives.
As you begin this new chapter of your life, Andres Bonifacio College gives you the academic calendar for academic year 2020-2021. This will only show you the highlight of every monthly activities and may be subject for change. Now that we are able to walk you through a lineup of our activities for this academic year, let us now move on to the next part of this event. With classes being moved, people working from home, and the community quarantine in effect, people are spending more and more time online. The internet has become a lifeline for many. In the context of online teaching and learning, it's more appropriate to think about the etiquette involved in engaging others in conversations and providing guidelines for both the learners and the teachers. Netiquette is a combination of the words network and etiquette that is the code of conduct applied to online spaces. Here are some of the online learning etiquette guide for you as you navigate the internet during this trying time. First, be on time. Second, wear proper attire. Third, choose a good location. Fourth, mute yourself if you experience unavoidable background noise. Fifth, be ready to take notes. Sixth, give your full, focused attention. Seventh, participate fully. Eighth, don't dominate the discussion. 9. Do ask questions. Next is be more careful with your words. 11. Review your notes and the recording later. 12. Keep up with all assignments. 13. Check your email regularly and apologize for any accidental breach of etiquette. As August comes to a close, let us all remember that we are celebrating Buwan ng Wika. To pay homage to this tradition, a bandurria and guitar duet will be presented to us by Dudes Kevin Villaruel, a second-year Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering student, and Amy Rose Lakaya, Guidance Advocate. They are members of the Dipolog Community Rondalia and has performed in various international and local events. We are now down to the last part of our agenda. To give us an overview of the Andres Bonifacio College Learning Continuity Plan, let us all listen to the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Mr. Julius B. Elopre.
For academic year 2020-2021, Andres Bonifacio College will present opportunities for our students and teachers to engage in a new way of learning and teaching using blended mode. Blended learning is important. It breaks down the traditional walls of teaching, ones that do not work for all students. Blended learning also offers flexible time frames that can be personalized to each person, offering them the ability to learn at their own pace. In the transition towards a blended learning approach, Andres Bonifacio College has reallocated its resources to upgrade its IT infrastructure, provided adequate training to teachers on the use of online tools, part of which are online classroom simulation exercises and creation of effective online learning materials. The enhanced skill set of the teachers is sent to help increase student engagement. The challenge today is to reduce as much as possible the negative impact this pandemic will have on learning and schooling and build on this experience to get on a path of faster improvement in learning. The disruption of the proper academic environment hinders the accomplishment of the school. Because of this, the school has the inherent authority and duty to preserve order and to discipline students. When a student has proven himself morally unfit to participate in the search for the truth, the school may impose upon him the extreme penalty of exclusion or expulsion, both of which involve a denial of the offender's readmission. To ensure an atmosphere conducive to learning, all students are expected to adhere to the policies of the institution. The school is also ready to adopt a limited face-to-face approach in the event that the Commission on Higher Education and the National IATF and local IATF allow for such setup in low-risk areas under modified General Community Quarantine Classification. Pursuant to the standards set by the authorities, a detailed health and safety policy has been drafted by the College Academic and Administrative Council, demonstrating the institution's commitment to uphold its moral obligation to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of its personnel, students, and clients. Rest assured that this pandemic will not hinder us from fulfilling our commitment to provide the community with excellent quality and affordable education.
The decision to shift to an alternative means of delivering instruction, specifically through online mode of teaching, has imposed a major challenge for Andres Bonifacio College. With this, the tertiary education of Andres Bonifacio College implements a blended learning approach to help cater to the individual needs of the learner, as we believe that students have unique learning styles, and a blended learning approach is more likely to cater to those needs. At this juncture, let us hear the salient talk points on the implementation of the blended learning approach from the Director of the Office of Instruction, Dr. Bernadette Ochotorena Tan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bernadette Ochotorena Tan, the Director of Instruction. We have good news for you. We will be together again in our pursuit of education. It won't be the same as before because the no face-to-face policy will be strictly enforced. Nonetheless, through the internet and the social media and the modules, teachers and students can go ahead with a serious business of getting higher education even in the midst of the present pandemic. To help us, your teachers, and you, our students, proceed smoothly with our teaching and learning adventure, we have some guidelines to share with you. My sharing will be of two parts. The first one is entitled Pre-Class Preparation, and it carries 5 items. The second is entitled During Class, and it has 8 items. Okay, I hope you're ready. Here goes. Part 1, Pre-Class Preparation. 1. The subject instructor must secure a student directory for each class handled. This includes the following: contact number, email address, social media account name, such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. 2. The subject instructor will make use of any online class delivery platforms or applications like Google Classroom, Edmodo, Facebook Messenger group chats, Facebook groups, etc., and will create a group for the exclusive use for each of an instructor's class. 3. The subject instructor will create a poll or survey using Google Forms, Facebook Messenger polls, and other online-based survey tools to determine the preferred learning modality. 4. The subject instructor will establish learning parameters or guidelines, thus setting up ground rules, which will serve as basis for the implementation of the learning modality for the whole semester. 5. 3 days prior to the start of the first day of classes, the subject instructor will schedule a virtual meeting with their students. This is for the purpose of informing the students regarding the necessary arrangements that they want to observe for the entire semester. Part 2. During class. 1. For specific procedures regarding the delivery of instruction, internal arrangement will be made between the subject instructor and the students. 2. Online meetings and online classes may be observed as needed. 3. Proper netiquettes must be observed by the students during online classes, and most especially when submitting their outputs. 4. The schedule of quizzes and other forms of assessments, including the instruments that they will be using, except for major examinations, must be under the discretion of the subject instructor. 5. Any alterations, modifications, or changes made regarding the delivery of instruction and other internal policies decided by the class are allowed, provided that these have undergone consultation with and approval of the respective college or school dean. 6. The schedule for the submission of outputs, subject portfolios, and other requirements is under the discretion of the subject instructor. However, the subject instructor must see to it that the quality of the output submitted must still be within the standards set forth by AB College. Therefore, deadlines should be dealt with utmost consideration. 7. The existing grading system will still be followed as stipulated in the student handbook. Necessary adjustments should be made whenever applicable. For the first-year students, maybe you can ask where and when and from whom you can get your own copies of the student handbook. 8. The subject instructor must see to it that there is a readily available learning packet which may contain the course syllabus, modules, worksheets, practice quizzes, pre-recorded lectures, supplemental learning clips or recordings, and others. This learning packet must be downloadable for those students who prefer soft copies. Another set of printed materials may be made available as well for those who prefer hard copies. That's all for now. The details of these guidelines will be tackled with you by your subject instructor 3 days before September 7. So, be sure to be present online on that day. See you!
The last part is the supplemental learning materials. First, access the library link for faculty and students at the official college website, that is abcollege.edu.ph. Second, click the e-library link shown at the bottom left part of the page. Third, click Andres Bonifacio College Library above the college logo. Next, you may log in or just click Home button to browse the list of free databases or open educational resources for open access electronic books and journals. To log in, enter your username, that is your ID number, and your password, your last name, all in uppercase. For information purposes, the OPAC or the Online Public Access Catalog is an online database of materials held by the college library. This virtually assists users to locate books and other reading materials available in the library. In recognition of the threat of COVID-19, Andres Bonifacio College shall strictly adhere and implement health and safety protocols and standards to ensure the safety of everyone in the campus, whether in workplaces and/or school areas. To present us the highlights of the school's health and safety protocol, we give you our Human Resource Management Director, Ms. Leila A. Amatong.
There is now a greater community emphasis on ensuring that the legal requirements and regulatory enforcement of safety are observed as a policy of Andres Bonifacio College. It is our obligation to ensure that health and safety must be part of our everyday business, and working safely to prevent injury, sickness, or death be backed up with a strong COVID-19 health and safety policy. Section 1. Reducing transmission of COVID-19. A. Prior to entrance in school buildings, all students, teaching and administrative personnel, and guests, visitors, shall strictly observe the following safety measures. A. Wear face masks at all times. B. Have body temperature checked and recorded. C. Wash hands using soap and water, as wash areas are provided in every building. D. Use the provided disinfectant foot baths at the entrance of every building. E. Observe proper respiratory etiquette. F. Equipment or vehicle entering the school area must go through a disinfection process. G. Long queues outside the office and school premises shall be reprimanded by a roving health and safety officer to observe physical distancing of 1 meter. H. Guests shall accomplish health symptoms questionnaire and submit to the guard prior to entry. Section 2. In case a student, personnel, or visitor is found to be unwell, the following protocol shall be observed. A. For any person with temperature more than 37.50 degrees Celsius, even after a 5-minute rest, the person shall be put in the isolation area and not allowed to enter the premises. B. In the event that a student or a personnel manifests symptom, he, she shall immediately proceed to the designated isolation area. C. The nurse, health officer shall help facilitate the isolation procedure. D. The nurse, health officer shall immediately contact the parent, guardian, family member, or the local hospital or local COVID-19 hotline number. E. The unwell student's personals area shall undergo decontamination through the following measures. The student's personnel who were in close contact with the patient, student, or patient personnel shall go on 14-day quarantine and may only return to work or school if no symptoms manifest within the 14-day quarantine period. Teachers in charge, colleagues should keep a contact list of persons, agencies, like human resource manager, school nurse, local hospital, COVID-19 hotline to contact in case of emergencies. In the event that the personnel is sick or has fever but is not suspected to have COVID-19, the personnel shall be advised to take prudent measures to limit the spread of communicable diseases as follows. Stay at home and keep away from work or crowds. Take adequate rest and take plenty of fluids. Practice personal hygiene to prevent spread of disease. And seek appropriate medical care if there is persistent fever, when difficulty of breathing has started, or when he or she becomes weak. Given the high risk of spreading COVID-19 and such other threats to health and safety, Andres Bonifacio College encourages everyone to adhere to all of the health and safety guidelines of this institution.
We have reached the last part of this virtual orientation, that is the open forum. At this juncture, we will be addressing common inquiries. We have pulled queries and frequently asked questions from our stakeholders, the students, parents, guardians, regarding their specific concerns for this academic year. These questions were obtained through our social media accounts, emails, and other personal inquiries received by the offices of this institution. One of our panel members will be responding to the concerns we have from the School of Education, Dean Shirley G. Bellino. To start with, the following are the areas of concern for the open forum. The first is on the mode of assessment and grading system.
Assessments may be done in forms of online testing. It can be an essay type of question. It can be activity sheets through online. It can be performance-based or process-based, requiring the students to make a video clip to be submitted via Messenger, email, and other online-based communication platforms. Every student can be rated in their different activities through rubric provided by the subject instructor and approved by the respective college dean. Every work activity can be compiled in a portfolio.
Next, we have on obtaining the learning packets or modules.
Monday is scheduled for the distribution and retrieval of learning packets which contain worksheets, assignments, and others, etc. through online-based communication platforms.
The third part is the schedule of assessment and major examinations such as prelim, midterm, and finals.
Major examinations such as the prelim, midterm, and finals would be based on the school calendar. For major examinations, if the national local IATF allows or permits, the school will have a limited face-to-face encounter following the proper health and safety protocols. Otherwise, all activities will be redirected through online-based mode of delivery. While the schedule of quizzes, assessments, other modes of evaluation depends on the covered topics set by the subject instructor.
And the most frequently asked by our stakeholders, what to do on the first day of class.
Every student is expected to attend the first day of class. The subject instructor is assumed to have already established prior communication with their students days before the conduct of classes, and the first day of class is intended for setting of ground rules, orientation regarding the distribution and submission of outputs, and its deadlines, including mode of assessments.
We have now reached the end part of this momentous virtual event. To give us the closing remarks, let us all welcome the Director for Alumni and Public Affairs, Ms. Antoinette Marie Amatong Ruiz.
Good day, new and continuing Bonifacians across all departments. Congratulations on the academic journey that you are about to embark on in the next 4 years. We thank you for choosing us to be your mentor. It is our hope that we may enable and empower you in achieving the goals that you have set for yourselves, starting with the student orientation that you just witnessed. I trust that it will equip you with useful information, which will serve as signposts as you navigate through the new normal school year. While the prevailing circumstances may seem challenging and uncertain, it is up to you to glean valuable learnings, academic or otherwise, to make your student life a fruitful one. I enjoin you, Bonifacians, to carry on the fighting spirit of our great plebeian and make the 3 I's, namely industry, intelligence, and integrity, your guiding principles throughout your time with us. Thank you, and let us all stay safe.
Andres Bonifacio College, our alma mater dear, ever ready, kind, and sincere, pledged to serve all from far and near. Proudly stands on white and peaceful grounds, with green fields all around, gracefully there and healthful sunshine, providing a setting so divine. Hail to thee, fair alma mater, thy beauty inspires us to care. We're grateful much for all you've done, preparing us for a better life. We're joyful too and thankful for those who gave us more light, knowledge, wisdom, strength, and confidence. Long live Andres Bonifacio College. Hail to thee, fair alma mater, thy beauty inspires us to care. We're grateful much for all you've done, preparing us for a better life. We're joyful too and thankful for those who gave us more light, knowledge, wisdom, strength, and confidence. Long live Andres Bonifacio College.
Thank you very much for joining us, and this has been Andres Bonifacio College Virtual General Student Orientation for academic year 2020-2021.